Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a summer day in the life, specifically July. We are at the very tail end of July, so this honestly might be coming out in August. Sorry if that's the case. But July and August kind of blend together, right? Pretty much all the same. I thought I would take you guys along today on a really typical Tuesday. I haven't done one of these in a little bit, and I have a few things to tackle today, as well as updating you on my garden and our coop. So I thought I would throw it all into one because the garden and coop are very much part of our daily life now, our daily routine in the summer. So yeah, I'll be showing you guys that a little bit later. You just saw me doing my morning chores, which is getting the garden watered when I first get up, and then also just checking on the chickens and making sure they have food. Brandon's been giving them food early lately at 6:30 in the morning. So usually by this point in the morning, they're still fine. So I just checked it and they have plenty of food and stuff. So I just replenished the water in their run and they should be set for a little while. We'll go check on them a little bit later this afternoon. I have grocery pickup to do today, and I also have the bathroom to clean on Tuesdays. That's usually what I do. So I thought I would take you guys along today to show you that. And I usually do groceries on Monday, but I was actually out of town last week until Tuesday, did groceries on Wednesday. So it hasn't been a full week even since I've done groceries. So everything's kind of messed up, but I decided to just do pickup. I usually do that once a month when I'm feeling really lazy, and I was feeling really lazy last night. I was like, I'm just gonna order them. So I'll take you guys along for that as well, but nothing super duper exciting today. Just wanted to show you guys a typical day. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm wearing today. I just got this dress from, oh my God, my mirror is so dirty. Oh my God, please hold. Okay, much better. Sorry about that. So what I was saying was that I got this dress the other day from Time and True. I just wanted to show you guys it real quick. It's super cute, kind of hitting me like a little long midi dress. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a midi dress, but again, I'm short, so yeah. It just ties on the top, and it's kind of a, let me see if I can, a linen-y material, super lightweight. It's got that bottom thing on it. What is that called? Ruffle hem, I don't know. Anyway, I really liked this because it has, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can. This is the seam for the waist, and it's really high-waisted, which I want because if you guys don't know, I am 18 weeks, almost 19 weeks pregnant. So I needed something for the bump, and here's a bump shot for you guys. It's there. It's definitely in full force. So that is what I'm wearing today. Just wanted to show you guys, super easy just to run around in my house and do stuff. That's what we were going for. But yeah, so we're gonna head out pretty soon to go do grocery pickup. I think my window is from 10 to 11, so we have a little bit of time to kill in between. So I'll probably just hang out, eat an apple or something. I usually have an apple for breakfast. I don't know why I'm talking to you guys through a mirror. That's better. So, like I was saying, I'll probably just have something really quick for breakfast and then hit the road, run over to the store. It should only take maybe 20 minutes, if that, to go there and back. The traffic today is kind of annoying. Sorry if you guys can hear that. We have construction down our road, and so the other side of our road is actually closed, the one that goes into town. So I now have to route out around it, but I kind of like it because we haven't had any traffic for the past 2 weeks, and it's been really lovely. But this morning, there's been a lot of construction vehicle traffic, so that's annoying. It's nowhere near us either. It's several miles that way, but they're being loud today, So this is the fruit spray I've been using, and I just picked this up at my local grocery store in the produce section, and I really like it. So if you guys are looking for a good little veggie wash, again, with the construction vehicles, oh my God. So anyway, yeah, just wanted to show you guys this Rebel Green brand. I'm pretty sure it's not a local brand, so if you guys are interested, yeah, definitely check it out. Okay, off to do some grocery pickup, and then when we come back, we're gonna unload the groceries and get the house picked up a little bit, and I'm gonna show you guys my weekly bathroom clean, what I do every single Tuesday, except last Tuesday when I was out of town, so the bathroom's a little gross right now. And we'll go from there. Let's get going. When I was driving in, I was very nervous that I was about to get pulled over because there was a police officer turning right behind me and my sticker is expired. My inspection sticker is up and I'm literally getting one like tomorrow or Thursday. I had to have my brakes redone, so it's been a process, but I thought I was gonna get pulled over like the day before I got my sticker and I was gonna be so sad about it. He didn't follow me though, so it's good. Comment below, do you guys do grocery pickup? Do you like it? Today they only had to sub one item. I've had times where I've come and they've been out of like half the things I ordered, which is infuriating sometimes because I come every week and get the same stuff. And sometimes I feel like they're lying. But I guess that's the chance you take doing pickup because this is like a convenience thing, you know? So I try to only do it like once a month. But today, they only had to sub out my cheese, my deli cheese, and they actually subbed it. Sometimes, even though I say to sub everything, they don't. But they did today, so we're okay. We're okay. Here's another question. Do you guys get out when you do grocery pickup and like close the trunk? Because I do that. I don't know if that defeats the purpose or not, but I always do that. I always like get out, help them unload the bags, and then close my trunk. I don't know why. I just always feel like obligated to do that. The last time I did this, it was pouring out and I let her do the whole thing and like it was fine obviously, but I felt bad. I guess it depends on your state too. This is a very small little store, so it's not like some huge production thing that they're doing. It's pretty small, low key. Oh, no, that's not them. That's not them. False alarm. I see him. He's coming. Perfect, thank you so much. You too. That's so nice. There's pleasant people in my town. Let's go home. Start the bathroom cleaning now, so I thought I would show you guys what I use to clean the bathroom. And before anyone asks, yes, I am cleared to use cleaning products pregnant. I have the door to the bathroom open, we've got windows in the house open, everything's nice and vented, so do not worry. So I've got cleaning rags. These are just like standard rags that I have just in this old Clorox wipes container. I also use 7th generation disinfecting multi-surface on the sink and also on the toilet. I use this Clorox disinfecting cleaner on the shower, and this is like a foaming one. I don't love foaming stuff, but this was all they had last time I went, so that's what we got. And then for the toilet bowl, I use the Clorox bleach gel, and I usually put this in first, let it sit while I'm cleaning the rest of the bathroom, and then I clean that at the end. And then this is my Scotch-Brite little shower brush thing. This thing is amazing. It extends, and they sell the replacements at Dollar Tree and also at Walmart. These little heads here. This thing is great for cleaning the sides of your shower, so highly recommend getting one. So first thing, I'm actually gonna put some of that bleach gel in the toilet like I said, so you'll see me quickly do that. But first thing after that I normally do is empty out the shower of all of the shampoo bottles and soap and razors and everything. And then I do the shower first, then we'll move on to the toilet and then the sink finally, and then at the very end I usually put in a load of laundry. Next step is the sink, and I also do the trash at the same time. So we have a trash can over by the toilet that's a little bit bigger, and then we have a small one that's right below this towel rack here. So usually I just combine the two and empty that. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'm going to get to cleaning the vanity. I usually just take everything off, spray it with my multi-purpose, wipe it all down. I also on occasion will take my handheld part of my vacuum and I'll just vacuum up any hair that's on this vanity, because between me and my cats who love to hang out up here, there's usually hair, and I just feel like vacuuming it first is better because it's a lot harder to like wipe off. So I'm gonna do that as well. And then afterward, I'll run the vacuum through here quickly to pick up any lint and hair and whatever's on the floor. I don't mop in here every single week. It's usually maybe every 3 weeks that I mop in here, or if I see it getting like really bad, but right now it's looking okay, so I don't think we need to do that today. Okay, so bathroom is done. Taking a breather for a minute. Honestly, at the point in my pregnancy where I get very winded very easily, and I've noticed I get like dizzy a lot easier if I'm like standing for a really long period of time. So glad to be done cleaning the bathroom. I'm gonna eat some lunch too. I think that's part of it. I need to eat. I am having, oh, here we go. Just a bowl of veggies. There are cucumbers, bell pepper, and pepperoncinis in here, and I just eat these with a little bit of ranch. It's not a very heavy lunch, but it's pretty much what I have every single day. It's been working great for me. And while I am eating, I'm going to pack my baby shower invitations because I need to send those out soon. My shower is in a couple months, less than 2 months actually. And I wanted to get these out early just to give people time if they want to check out my registry and stuff like that to do that. So let me show you my invitations. So I'm obviously blurring the bottom there because that is all personal info, but they are vintage Winnie the Pooh invitations, and I actually did make these myself. I designed them in Illustrator based on other like just cartoons online and stuff that I saw, and I really wanted this like sagey green color for the balloon. And so then we've got the invitation, which is a 4x6, and then I also have these little inserts. So we have these little inserts that basically I want people to bring a book instead of a card so that we have a bunch of books for the baby, and then also a diaper raffle. There's going to be a prize, so if people bring a pack of diapers, they can enter to win the diaper raffle. So I think that's a cool, fun way to you know, get your stock of diapers up in like a fun way. I don't know. But yeah, so we're doing both of those. So this insert will go with the invitation. There will definitely be a whole video on my shower because I'm pretty much, me, my mom, and my mother-in-law are planning it and doing pretty much all of it ourselves. And I think it's going to be really nice, but I want it super simple. I will show you guys all of that as it gets closer. There'll be, like I said, a whole video on it. But I'm excited to send out the invitations finally. It's been a while. I've been like preparing to do this for a while. My invitations actually got stuck in Tennessee, and I had to have them reship an order so that I could get them out like now, because the shipment that's in Tennessee, they have absolutely no idea when it's gonna move. Like, it's just sitting there. I think they lost it. So I got in touch with the printer, and they were like, oh my God, we'll send a new one. So that was a little bit of a odyssey, but yeah. So I'm gonna pack some invitations, I'm gonna eat lunch, and then probably head up and work my graphic design stuff for a little bit. Before tonight, when Brandon gets home, we'll cook dinner, and then I'll show you guys our like nightly routine with the chickens and the garden and the coop and all that good stuff. So I'll check back in just a little bit. All right, we are outside taking a break. It's about 3 o'clock, and this is usually when Doggy does a potty break. We come out, check on the chickens. Past few days, it's been a very quick thing because of how hot it's been, but it's so nice today that I've decided to do some journaling. I've had this journal since I was like in middle school, and I've really started doing it a lot more ever since we moved here. I'll come and sit outside and just write down all my thoughts, and I've been writing a lot of pregnancy stuff in here too, so that's what I'm gonna do for a little bit, and then we will head back in and do some more work and wait for Brandon to get home so we can start dinner. I spy a cute puppy. What are you doing? Digging a hole, I see. Well, that's not very good. I want to show you guys what has grown in our yard since we moved last year. Last fall we had a bunch of Queen Anne's lace on the perimeter, which we have some, but not very much. But what came up this year was this. Ladies and gentlemen, that is wild parsnip. Not Queen Anne's lace, a totally different plant. You can kind of see, I'm pretty sure it took over a lot of the Queen Anne's lace, unfortunately. There's some over here. Well, there's some over behind the pool. You can kind of see that white section. That's Queen Anne's lace. But this stuff, this is bad news. So it's actually very toxic. You can't touch it. If you've ever heard of wild hogweed, it's similar, or giant hogweed, sorry. This is wild parsnip. The sap or whatever's inside it, causes chemical burns on the skin. And yeah, can't touch it. This wasn't here last year, so I'm not really sure how it got so crazy, but we do have a game plan come spring. There's a lot of research we've done. We can't hit it with poison or anything like that because we do have a water supply. We have a spring-fed well, and the water actually runs right behind here. So no poison or anything, but we're thinking it's gonna have some extreme bush hogging done to it this fall once it's all dried out, hopefully. And then next spring, we're gonna mow it down a bunch of times before it can get over 8 inches tall. Because I guess once it gets to that point, it's kind of too late. But Brandon's gonna have to wear like full-blown protective gear to do it because it's just so toxic apparently. So yeah, we haven't been touching it. The dog doesn't go in there, don't worry. We've been keeping an eye on that, but oh my goodness, is it a mess. I mean, is it kind of pretty? Yeah. But is it toxic? Also, yeah. Here's the pool. It needs some water. It's looking a little saggy. I'm gonna give you guys a coop tour in a little while, probably tonight when I'm taking care of the chickens. They're in right now, which is weird because it's nice and cool out and cloudy. Hey, what are you doing? Are you smelling Dad's chair? Hey, you ready to go inside? Yeah. So we're gonna head in, get some more work done, and then I will check back in probably when we're starting dinner. I think tonight we're doing French toast and bacon because we have a lot of bread we need to use up. I don't think I've ever made French toast. I don't think we've ever done like a breakfast for dinner thing on any of my videos, but we do it once in a while. We just really need to use up the bread, so that's the plan. We'll see. We'll see when Brandon gets home what he's in the mood for though, because sometimes it changes. We have an attempted escape artist. What are you doing, Allie? Oh, this won't focus. There she is. That's why these latches are here, because someone tries to escape. And if you guys are wondering why I don't have outdoor cats in such a rural area, it's because we also have coyotes everywhere and a lot of missing kitties in this area. And our cats, Evie was an outdoor cat before we got her. She was a stray. Allie never really has been outside. We also live on a road where it's like 45 miles an hour and people do like 60. So it's just really, I don't think, a good idea to let them out. So they're indoor kitties, in case anyone's wondering, and it's gonna stay that way. Speaking of, here's the princess. Sound asleep. I didn't even make the bed today, guys. That's very unlike me. So comfy in here. It's been so stuffy in this bedroom, and it's so comfortable today. There's no humidity. It's awesome. Well, I'm not gonna make the bed now. Not with you looking that comfortable. dinner's done. We're outside for our kind of evening routine. So I'm gonna show you guys the garden. I'm gonna update you on the growth that's occurred since Memorial Day and get you caught up on some things that have happened. Can you guys chill? So here we are. I'm gonna take you guys in. Got chickens chasing me. I will update you guys on them in a minute. Okay, this is side here. Okay, so we're just gonna step in. I'm actually gonna close this a little bit though, because the birds like to follow me in. So, right here is my carrots. So we've got, I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carrots here. I meant to plant 6 and then this one just popped up. I don't know what happened. It just appeared. But these are doing really well, as you can see. And yesterday I planted a new row behind it, actually 2 days ago. Yesterday it rained. So there's gonna be another like 6 or so that come up right behind them. So those will be further behind in growth, obviously, but obviously you're only gonna get 1 carrot out of each plant. So I wanna kind of replenish. So these are probably gonna be ready about mid-August, mid to late August. So they've got a couple more weeks, like another month or so, before we can harvest those. Moving over here, we have the bell pepper plants. Now, backstory is that I planted these Memorial Day weekend and they never came up. I don't know what happened. I think we had like a week's worth of 60-degree weather and it's just completely messed up the growth of my cucumbers and my bell pepper, which I'm pretty sure I made several statements that cucumbers are so easy and blah, blah, blah. Well, we'll get to those in a second because it was a similar situation. So I actually bought this one and this one as starters probably like a month ago and planted them, and they took a while to take off, but they're starting to now. This one obviously is doing really well. This one's a little bit smaller, but it's actually doing really well as well. And then I replanted right after. So we've got that one and then this one, and there was another one right next to it, but it looks like it's kind of not thriving. So that's what's up with the bell pepper. Then if we keep moving this way, I've got my cucumber, which I just put in the little trellis piece. This is just cattle fencing or hardware cloth, whatever you want to call it. We had left over from the coop. And this is my cucumber plant. So again, I planted 3 plants here. There was one there, one in the middle, and then one on the end. Never came up. Don't know what happened. I tried to replant. They didn't come up again. I don't know if it's the soil. I don't know what is going on with them. I thought I had like a dud pack of seeds, but I'm going to show you something in just a second. But this was the plant that I picked up as a starter. It's doing pretty well. It's obviously a little behind in growth, but it's doing well, all things considered. So these are 2 that I planted in a bucket to test the soil situation, and these came up. Although this one, I accidentally must have picked. I actually thought it was Brandon. I don't know which one of us it was, but there were weeds in here that got thrown in here when we were weeding the other night, and this one got a little mangled, and I don't think it's gonna come back, but we do have this one. So we're not doing great on cucumbers, but we're trying, so we'll see what happens with those. These are tomato plants, and this is also a second round of planting because the first did not come up. Again, I don't know if it's the soil. Actually, it can't be the soil because these came up great. But the first round did not come up at all. So I think it might have been the temperatures. It just got really cold for like a week after Memorial Day. There are 4 here. I didn't intend on this to be like this. I didn't think they were all going to come up. So I just planted a few together and they all came up. So I don't know if I'm going to thin this or not. We're going to see how it grows up the trellis. It might be fine, honestly. Right now it's kind of looking more like a bush, but it's actually 4 plants. So we'll see if they get crowded or anything, but these are cherry tomatoes. So I think I could probably get the vines kind of out onto the trellis, and we'll see. Might have to cut this one back a little bit though. So then over here we have a newly sprouted watermelon plant. This is round 2 because this one never came up. But I'm about to show you the one from round 1 that did come up. Memorial Day, I planted it, and it looks like this. So it's pretty big and branching out everywhere. And let me just show you, there are some little baby watermelons on there. They're so cute. But yeah, it's branching out like crazy and growing really well. So I'm not really sure what happened to the other ones. Way behind this one. I don't know if it'll ever like get big enough in time for harvesting before it gets too cold, but we'll see. So yeah, this is what this looked like before, and now it is this monster. Okay, now the piece de resistance, the pumpkins. So this is the pumpkin plant on this side. It's looking pretty good, right? You know, vines starting to go out. It flowered. I was pretty impressed with it. But then I saw this one. And I was like, this might be getting a little big. It's kind of going out under the fence now. We've been having to route it around different things because it's just huge. And I gotta look into whether I need to cut this back at all. I mean, it's just massive. There's probably parts of this that I can cut that aren't super needed here, but holy cow, I did not expect this at all. This one has just grown like crazy. So thinking we're gonna have some pumpkins this year, guys. And you guys probably saw me do my watering this morning. I'm gonna do watering again tonight with a watering can instead of my hose, because our second hose that helped me extend it out to the garden actually broke. It was really old and the sun had like brittled it and it broke. So the hose doesn't reach out here anymore. So now I have to fill up my can 2 to 3 times to get the garden watered. But I always water in the morning when I get up, and then I water in the evenings once the sun is going down. So it's not quite as harsh and it can like give it time to soak up and not like immediately burn off in the hot sun. But yeah, I've been doing that pretty consistently and missing the hose because it really adds a lot of time and effort to this. But yeah, that is the update on the garden. This was an experimental year. We didn't know what was going to work and what wouldn't. We already have plans to improve the soil for next year. I'm definitely going to do starters indoors in the spring this year instead of just doing planting outside. I didn't do them this year because we were getting the chicks and I didn't want to overwhelm the entryway because they were originally supposed to be in there. But next year, I'm just going to put the starters in the entryway where the sun is all day, and I think they'll do great in there. It's usually pretty warm, and then we'll transition them come May out here. And the hope is that we won't get a week of 60-degree weather with rain this next year, because I really think that that's what stunted a lot of my plants. And I've heard of a lot of people in our area having issues. Actually, we're on like a gardening page and our town page, and people have been having problems with their plants, and I think it really was the weather. Now that it's like consistently warm, these are doing great. So harvesting may be a little later, or they might not grow to their full potential this year, but at least I learned from it and I'm pretty happy with it overall. Brandon is herding the chickens in their run. The dog's not helping. In you go. Yay. Someone is enjoying an ice cream. You want me to? No, you got it. Is that so yummy? So the chickens are now at an age where we're switching them over to layers feed, and we're gonna combine what's left of their chick feed into this to transition them. But this is the crumble. This is not all that we're going to feed them. We're actually probably going to go later this weekend to get more filler for it. So it's going to be this crumble. We're going to do sunflower seeds. We're going to do cracked corn, some oil, and one other thing, oyster shells, I believe, was the other thing for their calcium, and that's really good with keeping their calcium up for laying eggs. But we started just with the crumble at the present moment tonight, and we also got them a new feeder, which is this giant feeder here. For reference, Brandon, show them the old feeder. Which, as you can imagine, was getting a little too small. So we're gonna fill this one up and we're gonna get it hung up in the coop, and then I'll show you guys the coop. So this is the coop, and you guys, if you guys watched our building video of it, it took what, 4 weekends to build? We were a little delayed in some areas with like the roofing and stuff because we got it from my grandmother. It was left over from her house, and so we had to go get that and stuff. But I think overall it took probably 3 full weekends to build. It's made of, we've got the 4x4s for the supports under the coop itself. The door is just plywood, and we've got like a brace piece on the back, although I have to say it's not foolproof because the humidity does affect it. And we have 2 latches on the side here, but only the top one really works, but it works fine. It holds the door closed, but yeah, the double latch didn't really pan out. But it's 4 feet wide and 8 feet long. Brandon, what's the material that we use for the sides with the slats up and down? T111 pieces were what we used for the sides. And the roof is metal. Let me show you. Brandon's just rigging that up. This is the hardware outside the door. Again, that bottom latch never gets used because the door is warped depending on the temperature. But this is the roofing. It's just green metal roof, which shout out to my grandmother because it's super great to have this. And then this is the nesting box. So we may end up putting some kind of extra something up here. Originally we thought the roof was going to overhang a little bit more and protect the top of the nesting box, but it doesn't quite as much as we'd like it to. So let me show you though. This opens up and we've got 1, 2, 3 nesting boxes. They're just over 1 foot wide and about 1 foot tall. And that is also T111. That is comprised of, hi girls. So the gray one is Sophia. The brown one is Dorothy. This one in the back here is Rose, and Blanche is the bigger yellow one. The 2 yellows are Buff Orpingtons, and the other 2 are Americanas, and they're actually called Easter eggers because they lay bluish tinged eggs. So that's really cool. And they're named for the Golden Girls, for those of you that recognize those names. But this is the run. It's kind of a mess right now. We have to break it out. But this tire is basically their dust bath. I've got to add some more dirt to it and get it cleaned up a little bit. It's quite a mess right now. Our friend is a race car driver and gave us that tire for their dust bath. So it's a racing tire. And then this is their ramp. This is just built out of plywood and strapping. And this angle here, I believe, is a 45. It's pretty much the steepest it can be for them without being too steep, but they handle it pretty well. They learned to go up and down it really quickly once they got big enough. So, hey, no, we don't go in the chicken house. No. You can see their water there. So right now we are giving them water out of 2 dishes that are just dog bowls, basically. It's been working really well. I've seen people use buckets and stuff instead of actual waterers. The goal is eventually to have a nipple waterer that hangs. Most likely it'll hang in the run. We might have it hanging inside the coop. I don't know yet. But I do know for the feeder, Brandon's hooking that up now. It's going to be in the run, in the coop, so that predators aren't going to be attracted to the run. We used 2 materials for this outer fence. So this very outer piece is cattle fencing. We got this at Home Depot, and it's pretty rigid and sturdy. This is what is surrounding my garden as well. You guys probably no, oh no, wait, no, just kidding. That's not what's surrounding my garden. My garden is actually 1/4-inch hardware cloth. This is much larger than that. But on the inside is some chicken wire. This is not, as you guys can probably tell, the most strong material, so we wanted to double it on the bottom. So it's like the bottom, like 1.5 to 2 feet, is double layered, and it's dug into the ground a few inches so that less likely for predators to dig underneath. We've got some rocks down there that we just kind of add. I can see that huge rock right now. Actually, I'm gonna put it down on the bottom, but yeah, just to deter them. And let's go in. So they've got an area under there that they've made a huge mess of and have dug a bunch of holes and stuff. And yeah, we actually need to reinforce underneath there with a double layer as well. We have the stuff, we just haven't gotten around to it yet. Again, 4x4s, and then these are 2x4s that are making up the run. It's the end of it. And so this front part of the run is open, but then where I'm standing, we have a flat piece of the metal roofing, so it's a little more protected. So if it's raining and they want to be undercover, they can go under there, or they can come over here and still be in a bigger part of the run. I'm gonna put this rock out here. Just kind of like push it up against there. Okay, so then let me show you this part. So this is their little door that they come out, and we have a door that's in here. It's supposed to be on this track. It's out of the track right now. Anyway, it's supposed to be on a track, but it just slides up and down on a rope. I'll show you that in a minute. And then they can come out here. This looks super gross inside there. That's actually right below where they perch at night. So they've been pooping all in that spot. Even though I just cleaned this out like a week ago, you would never know it. They push their shavings everywhere and they poop everywhere. It's just, can't even get over how dirty they can be. But let me show you this side here. So this is the little sign that I made them with the Golden Girls font and some multicolor eggs. And then, okay, here's the new feeder. We've got it on a strap here, and we've got water in here for them too that they already have a shaving in, because, you know, it only takes a second. And they do this thing where they clear out areas. Like this area is cleared out, the area in the back's cleared out. So even if I put these shavings super deep, they tend to just dig all the way to the bottom. So that's why it looks like that. But a lot of these shavings are pretty new. And then we've got 3 perches for them. So this one, that middle one, and then the one in the back there. And you can see this is the pulley door. So the string just goes through all of those beams and it hooks on the side. And if I take this off, I'll see if I can get it back on the track here. It's gonna be all crooked. I was thinking it would be easier like this. There's some ventilation up at the top there. We were going to put in some windows. We'd never ended up putting in any windows. I think this is pretty well vented though. There's some pretty good gaps at the top. They don't seem to mind it at all. They actually love being in here. I swear they're in here more than they are out in the run. Hi! So the one closest to us is Blanche. Like I said before, she's our biggest, Buff Orpington. I think she's probably going to be around 10 pounds. She's very talkative, very social. She's probably the most social of the four. Dorothy, the brown one, she's a little more skittish. She's not as into people at all. She's actually probably like the least friendly of the four. She's not aggressive or anything. She kind of keeps to herself. Then we have Sophia, who's the feisty one. I call her my toasty marshmallow. She's like a silvery color with brown on her chest, hence the toasty marshmallow name. And she's got tufts on either side of her face, which makes her very unique looking. I don't know if she'll turn and show us her tufts, but and then the other little one who just put her head up is Rose, and she's our smaller Buff Orpington, and she's pretty lovable. She's just more skittish than Blanche, I would say. She's less talkative too. Sophia, do you want to show us your tufts? You can kind of see them on the sides of her face. She's got just a totally different shape than the others. But they're about 16 weeks old now, and they're doing really, really well, and they seem very happy. They love this time of night where they get to free range and stuff. So it's been really fun having them so far. And we're thinking they're probably gonna lay right around November time frame. And we're hoping that by mixing our own feed and giving them extra nutrients that way, that it will hopefully encourage them to lay earlier, but we will see. It's definitely something I will update you guys on, because obviously if you've been here since the beginning, we've had them since they were little. So okay, so that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. After this, we usually just kind of go in, take showers, and relax for the night, watch some TV. Nothing super exciting. So I'm going to leave this here. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, like lifestyle and day in the life type of videos, I love doing this kind of content. It's my favorite to make. And I also do some other stuff like some story times and things, and those are coming up really soon as well. I actually have a huge docket of videos to film, and I'm gonna blame the pregnancy on making me tired and unmotivated, but I am trying, and I hope you guys still stick around for future videos. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.